Good evening. Mayor, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for December 15, 2022, to order at 7:01 p.m. On roll call, we have Council members Ballesteri.
Here.
Dennis, absent. Golombek, absent. Pellegrin.
Here.
Sheridan.
Here.
Council President Fasolo.
Here.
Mayor Coletti.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Sinead. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing out there? I can't hear you. There you go. Now we're on the same page. We got a lot in store for you folks tonight. We'll be honoring some people, and we're going to be swearing in a new police officer. So it's a very good night for Elmwood Park. We'll first get started by everybody rising for a prayer and flag salute. Oh God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meetings, which we entrust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and implant therein a keen sense of justice and greater love for you and our neighbors. Guide us in our deliberations so that they all will always please you and bring your peace and happiness to our community. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey require at the commencement of every meeting a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now, therefore be advised that the meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing a special meeting notice in the Record and Herald News and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in a public place within the municipal building, and by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted and transmitted on January 8th, 2022, and published on January 11th, 2022. Shanae?
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to turn the meeting over to our Borough Administrator and Police Chief, Michael Foligno. I'm going to ask that also Mayor Coletti go forward with him and Police Commissioner, Councilwoman Lorraine Pellegrin.
Thank you, Shanae. Good evening, everybody. We have some nice awards to give out tonight. We have some heroes among us, and like the clerk said, we're going to be swearing in a nice young police officer to add to the rank and file here, and we're excited about all this. So first, let me start out with this handsome young gentleman in the front row who looks like a movie star to be someday, Caden Green. So on November 22nd, 2022, the Elmwood Park Police Department was contacted for a 24-year-old female who was unresponsive. Officers responded and began to render aid to the victim, who was subsequently transported to the hospital for further treatment. Prior to the police department being contacted, the victim's son, Caden Green, age 5, noticed his mother was experiencing a medical emergency and ran to a nearby residence to notify a neighbor to contact the police department. Caden is being commended for his courageous actions and quick thinking during a medical emergency that helped his mother avoid serious complications or worse. For his actions, Caden Green is receiving the Civilian Hero Award. Congratulations, Caden.
Young man, I'll tell you something. This is the first time that we're giving an award away
To somebody that I'm taller than.
Exactly. See, you could tell we've been working together, right? I was going to ask him where the ladder was, and I'm sure we're going to need it for the fellow people that are coming up to be celebrated. But this young man here is, obviously you're a fast thinker. What I want to know is, have you decided yet what you want to be when you grow up? You want to tell us? Go ahead.
I want
wanna be a police.
Right, was there any training? Okay, and actually, you're in school now? On your way to school? What, the pre-K? What school?
No, I'm not in kindergarten. I'm not in pre-K.
Okay. You tell me. All right, one last question. You know, Santa Claus is coming.
Yes.
Did you tell moms what you want?
Yes.
What's that?
So I really like the play with little skateboard. I want to flip on the hands. So I want to get that for Christmas.
Anything else?
Yes.
Okay.
I want a light sword because Darth Vader has light sword, and I want to get a green light sword because someone broke my light sword, but now I have a light sword because I want to get a new one.
I think your mom's gonna need some help.
Katie, we're going to give a call to the North Pole and make sure Santa gets you everything you want because you deserve it. You're a hero. Thank you, Katie.
You come back here as soon as you decide to become a police officer, and we'll see what we can do for you. Fair enough?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Good job. Okay, next award. Another life-saving award to 4 Elmwood Park police officers. On December 27, 2021, at approximately 1:47 p.m., the Elmwood Park Police Department responded to a domestic dispute in the area of Miller Avenue and Vivney Street. Upon officers' arrival, they immediately recognized the suspect due to a previous outstanding warrant for his arrest. As the initial officers approached the suspect, he began to flee on foot, jumping over fences and running through yards. Officers Aviana Ingui, Joseph Pride, John Farfan, and Joseph Rocca tracked him to the intersection of Orchard Street and River Drive. The suspect was in possession of a knife and was actively stabbing himself in the throat. After numerous orders to drop the knife, Police Officer Rocca deployed his OC spray while Officer Ingui held him at gunpoint. The effects of the OC spray caused the suspect to fall to the ground, dropping the knife. Officer Rocca, Ingui, Farfan, and Pride immediately closed in and gained control of the suspect and secured the knife. They began to immediately render aid to the suspect, who was extremely combative while on the ground, as officers were trying to control him. He was successfully handcuffed, aid was rendered, and he was transported to St. Joseph's Hospital in Patterson for further treatment. The actions of these officers are being honored as they put themselves in harm's way to save a human life without hesitation and without any regard for their own safety during a potentially deadly situation. For their actions, these officers are being honored with the Life-Saving Award. Officers Aviana Ingui, Joseph Pride, Joseph Rocca, and John Farfan. And I want to add that we see these things all the time on the news, and usually they don't go well, either for the officer who gets seriously injured or killed, or unfortunately the suspect. And while it may be justified, obviously we proved we can do it better, and that's professional policing right there. And the object is everybody goes home safe. And at the end of this ordeal, everyone went home safe because of these officers and their actions. So officers, come on up and receive your awards.
What can we say about this, huh? It's a split moment decision that you have to make when you wear this uniform. A lot of people take that for granted. We don't here. We appreciate the people in blue here, and we back them. We don't defund them, we fund them. And we want to make sure they're safe. And when I speak to these young folk, they bring me my packet for these meetings. I get to meet different ones every week. And the last thing I say to them is stay cognizant, stay aware, because it only takes one split second. And obviously, these people are doing that, so. Thank you, Mayor. Good. I'm good. That's a tricky step.
Okay, next, we have another life-saving situation. On November 9th, 2022, at approximately 4 p.m., Elmwood Park Police received multiple 911 calls of a person standing on the ledge of the Broadway Bridge over Route 20. Upon arrival, officers observed a 15-year-old juvenile female standing on the ledge of the bridge. She got around the security chain link fence and was standing on the ledge of the bridge over the roadway, approximately 40 feet above Route 20. Elmwood Park Police Detective Nick Domofsky grabbed onto the juvenile's fingers that were laced through the fence. Detective Domofsky and Officer Chuck Keenan kept her engaged in conversation while the rest of us tried to figure out a way to get her down safely. The fence was approximately 8 feet high and had a curve at the top which prevents people from climbing on it, making it impossible to get to her from our side. Patterson Fire Department and Patterson Police Department responded to assist with the situation. Patterson Fire Company Number 3 positioned its aerial truck on Route 20 just below the victim. Patterson firefighter Andrew Mignon operated the aerial ladder, while fireman Lucas Zarate and fireman Eddie Jimenez were at the top of the ladder under the command of Captain Michael Hook. As the aerial got closer to the victim, she began to lose her footing and at one point was suspended in the air, only holding on by her fingers. Just as she began to lose hold, firefighter Eddie Jimenez grabbed onto her and successfully pulled her onto the ladder with the help of firefighter Lucas Zarate. The victim was ushered off to the hospital and escaped the situation without physical injury. If not for the heroic acts of Detective Domofsky, Officer Keenan, and the firefighters, the victim would have fallen to her death. They acted calmly and professionally in a life and death situation, without a doubt saved a young person's life. In all my years of law enforcement, 34 and counting, I've been in a lot of crazy situations. One on the river a couple years ago. Nothing compared to what I was there that day, and nothing compared to this. It was the most helpless feeling, and it was real. And this girl was literally hanging on by her fingertips, and I just never felt so helpless. And thank you, Patterson firefighters, Nick and Chuck. You saved her life. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. No doubt about it. I get chills talking about it. And when I walked away from that scene, I felt like I went through a war. Like I felt like my body, I felt it in my soul. It was crazy. And great job, guys. Come on up and get your awards. Mayor? What could you say? I think you said it all, Michael. But on the lighter side, if I'm ever thinking of jumping, this is the crew I want to use. Sure. Thank you and appreciate the cooperation. And you guys work well together, and I think that's important.
obviously, everything was spontaneous. You had to click, you had to figure out who was going to call the shots and put that all together. And you ended up saving this young lady's life. That's something you'll never forget. Never. And like our chief said, for him to say that, now this guy here is rescuing people out of rivers and doing all kinds of crazy things. And for him to say that this, he was taken back by it, it must have really been a harrowing experience, to say the least. But I applaud you all. And you can tell what your mayor, I said that too.
All right, guys, thanks. Appreciate it. Yep. Okay, and finally, another life-saving award. And put your seatbelts on, because the next day, the same girl was on the same ledge, on the same bridge, in the same situation. Okay? I'm not kidding. So on November 10th, the day after November 9th, 2022, at 1:51 p.m., the Elmwood Park Police Department again responded to the Broadway Bridge on the border of Elmwood Park and Patterson. Upon officers' arrival, the same juvenile from the previous day was in the same area on the bridge hanging from the fence above Route 20. At this time, officers began to de-escalate the juvenile, who was in emotional distress and was even more agitated than the previous day. Detective Randy Garillo, Detective Alicio Medrano, Police Officer Stephen Arujo jumped up on the side portion of the fence and called out to the juvenile, encouraging her to approach them. This area where the officers were standing on has a steep drop-off which led directly down onto the Route 20 roadway below. The juvenile slowly walked towards the officers, at which time they all grabbed onto her and pulled her to her safety over onto the roadway. The juvenile was once again transported to a nearby hospital for treatment and evaluation and was not physically injured. Detective Garillo, Detective Medrano, and Officer Arujo are being commended for their actions, dedication, and bravery in saving a human life during a life and death situation. And for this, they are receiving the Life Saving Award. Guys, come on up and get your awards.
Mike, we're up one step.
Yeah, I need to remain 8 feet tall.
Sorry.
Mayor, you wanted to say something?
You cannot script this. That story he just told you, I mean, think about it. That is definitely a plot for a movie, if I've seen one before. So once again, they come through spontaneous thinking, and we're all grateful for that, guys. Keep it up. That's all I can say.
I just crossed off those two so you know that they're not here.
Oh, wow, what a night. That's great, 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 great. I believe we're going to take a little pause. No? Oh, council comments first, okay. We'll start off with let's start off with our council president. Spontaneity, young man.
I was still writing. Where do I start? There were so many awards given out here today. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to all the first responders for what you all do on a daily basis. And these awards, the life-saving awards, truly bring everybody together and show the true meaning of your job. It's truly the work of heroes, and it's not for everybody. If anybody says that you have an easy job, they're lying, and they don't understand what you do on a daily basis. And in today's world, with the stories we just heard, there's more of an understanding about mental health and how it could really cause these issues to happen. And your level-headedness and not responding quickly with knee-jerk reactions gives you this honor. So thank you all, and congratulations.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Ballesteri?
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I would first like to commend Caden on his quick response to get help for his mom. It was a frightening moment for a 5-year-old to overcome his emotions by doing exactly what he needed to do. We are also proud of you, Caden. You're a very special young man. I would also now like to also commend Detective Demowski and Officer Keenan on keeping this young girl engaged in conversations to stop her from jumping. In situations like this, you may feel helpless for a split second, but must use your training and compassion to keep her safe while others are assisting in getting her down to safety. With the help and quick responses by Patterson Fire Department and Police Department, they were able to bring her to safety. Time was in essence to keep her calm, and with the help of many, the result was successful. And then finding out there was the second with the same young lady, and she was brought to safety by Detective Garillo, Detective Medrano, and Officer Arujo, sorry. Thank you to all for all your professionalism and love for what you do. Now, I would also like to thank and commend Officers Pride, Rocca, Ingui, and Farvin on your arrests last December, while putting yourself in harm's way while saving an individual who was armed. All of you acted quickly and professionally to bring this situation to a successful arrest with no injuries. Each day, police officers go to work and never know what their day looks like. It only takes one threatening event that could put their lives on the line. I am so grateful for our first responders because they know their job and protect our community no matter what the situation is. Let's never forget this because we know they live with this every day. God bless them and keep them safe always. I also have I'd like to read something from Councilwoman Dennis, please. Okay.
It'd be a better premise to let them know that she's not with us this evening, along with Councilman Golombek.
Yes.
They're under the weather, so to speak, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay, so this is from Councilwoman Dennis. Hello, everyone. This is my favorite time of the year. It saddens me that I could not be there to wish you all a happy season and a blessed new year. Please know that I wish you all nothing but the best for this holiday season. I am so thankful for the brave officers in EP that make this town feel so wonderful and safe. Thank you for being brave. The residents of EP are truly grateful for all you do each and every day. And to Caden Green, you are such a smart young man. I am so proud of you for taking great care of your mom. You are a superhero. Keep taking care of Mom and just know that she could never love anyone more than she loves you. I look forward to seeing everyone in the new year, and I pray for the continued progress of Elmwood Park. EP has so many great moments this year, and I look forward to helping create so many more next year. Happy holidays. Love always, Councilwoman Dennis.
Thank you, Councilwoman
Thank you.
Dennis, and thank you, Sandy. Councilwoman Pellegrin.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for your extraordinary efforts in risking your life to save the lives of others. This is the true meaning of a hero. These awards are so well deserved, and it's truly a proud moment for all of you as well as our community. Congratulations, and may God always keep you safe. On a personal note, I've been working with the police department for many years now, and I am the police commissioner, and I see firsthand the kind of men and women that we have in this department. You know, everybody says they go above and beyond, but it's the God's honest truth. They really do. Our residents are really, truly lucky to have all of you. And I've seen firsthand how caring you are with the residents, with the children. You really make a difference each and every day. And led by Chief Foligno, we have one of the best forces ever. And I really mean that from my heart. I'm not just saying that. We have a great community. And a big part of our community is if you don't have safety, you don't have anything. And we have the best of all of you, and we have the safest community ever. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I'm getting to know some of you as the years go by very closely, and you're just terrific human beings. And I'm so happy to know all of you, and I'm looking forward to even working with you many more years, getting to know you more, and getting to do better and great things for our town. So thank you all, and God bless you. Stay safe.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Sheridan?
Thank you. Basically, thank you to everyone, Patterson Fire Department, Patterson Police Department. It's really wonderful how we can all work together and have a positive outcome from everything. And basically, just stay safe. It's a rough job. You guys are the best at it. God bless.
Okay, now I believe we're going to take a short break. Am I correct with that? No. We're going to go through with the swearing in first? Yeah, okay. I was wrong twice tonight. Let's see, I'm going to try for a third a little later on. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, next we have a standalone resolution. We have Resolution R-405-22. Through you, Mayor, I would read this resolution by title only, authorizing the hiring of entry-level police officer Jarrell Harris. Can I?
Motion?
Can I have
So
a
moved.
motion?
Second.
Thank you. Okay.
Call the roll?
Okay. First by Councilwoman Pellegrin, second by Councilwoman Sheridan. On roll call, we have Council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis absent, Golubek absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, I would like to call up Jarrell Harris with his family so he can be sworn in by Police Chief Foligno alongside Mayor Coletti and Police Commissioner Councilwoman Pellegrin.
Okay, everybody relax? Great moment, huh? You ever think it would come to this? Always. I'm sure he was a good boy then, right? Well, judging by the interview, if you're as good a cop as you interviewed, we're really going to be in store for a good officer. All right, you repeat after me. I
Jarrell Harris,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of
of the office of
police officer
police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Stay on your toes. I might call you first. Yeah, you know. My pleasure. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have council comments again, and we'll start off again with Council President Fasolo.
Mayor, council president's supposed to go last.
But I don't know if that's correct. I mean, that's an honor. I think you should be first,
Thank
actually.
you, Mayor. I'll cut you some slack since we're only 4 up here today. So Officer Harris, welcome to the Elmwood Park family. I wish you nothing but success in your future here and a long career here. You're joining a force that's truly part of our community. They're all brothers and sisters, and they're not only a family to each other, but they're a family to the entire Elmwood Park community. So congratulations. I wish you a long career, a safe career, and a healthy career.
Thank you. Councilwoman Ballesteri?
Thank you. I'd like to congratulate you, Officer Harris. You are joining a police family who is second to none. We are very proud of our police department and support them 100%. The short time I spoke to you, I knew you would be the perfect fit for our department. I wish you much success as you begin your career here. Stay safe always.
Thank you. Councilwoman Pellegrin?
Yes. Congratulations, Officer Harris. We had the opportunity to meet with you last meeting. You definitely impressed me. Welcome to our team. I look forward to working with you, and I wish you a long, safe, and successful career here in Elmwood Park. And may you always be safe. That night, I have to tell you, the answers that you gave impressed not just me, the whole team. You were calm, you were cool, and if you stay like that, you're going to be the most outstanding officer. So we're very proud of you already, and we just met you once. So congratulations.
Councilwoman Sheridan?
Yes, congratulations, Officer Harris. I wish you a lot of luck. You got a great team behind you. I mean, any problems, they're there for you. Good luck, stay well, and God bless.
Police Chief Foligno?
Mayor, he speaks for himself. I don't really have to say much. He's a outstanding, well-spoken young man. He's going to do well. The sky's the limit for you, Jarrell. Come to work every day, keep that passion and that hunger, and you can only go up from here. So welcome to the family.
Mr. Harris, this has been a joy. As they had said prior, your interview was outstanding. And I said prior that if you just come up to your interview, we're going to be way ahead of the game. I do want to let you know, though, that you are, especially with the police chief you have, he's a straightforward guy with compassion, but he's not one to take too much guff. And by that I mean not being supportive of what you're supposed to do. But as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, he'll be your best friend. And I believe I can ask any police officer in this room tonight, and they would say the same thing. So I want you to stay safe. You got a wonderful family, and enjoy your stay here with us. Now we're going to take a break. We're going to take a recess. You're welcome to stay. After the recess, do whatever you would like to do.
Mayor, I'd like to reestablish a quorum. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Here,
Dennis, absent, Golovic, absent, Pellegrin.
Here.
Sheridan.
Here.
Council President Fasolo.
Here.
Mayor Coletti.
Here.
We have reestablished a quorum.
Thank you, thank you. Pastor Ron was delayed. He was coming in from the Bronx, and it would not be a regular meeting for us unless we had his blessings, which simply is second to none. Thank you, Pastor Ron. Shanae?
Mayor, we have ordinances on second reading. A resolution R-406-22, introduced ordinance number 22-29 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a four-way stop at the intersections of Kip Avenue and Ray Street and to amend Chapter 7 of the Code of Borough of Elmwood Park, titled Traffic, more specifically Section 7-21, titled Multi-Way Stop Intersections, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, November 10th, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning the same, now therefore it be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a four-way stop at the intersections of Kip Avenue and Ray Street, and to amend Chapter 7 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, titled Traffic, more specifically Section 7-21, titled Multi-Way Stop Intersections, passed on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public? Anyone from the public here to comment on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I will close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So move.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Sheridan. Our roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis, absent, Golubek, absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have Resolution R-407-22, introduced ordinance number 22-30 on second reading, whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a four-way stop at the intersections of Grove Street and Grant Street and to amend Chapter 7 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, titled Traffic, more specifically Section 7-21, titled Multi-Way Stop Intersections, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, November 10th, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a four-way stop at the intersections of Grove Street and Grant Street and to amend Chapter 7 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, titled Traffic, more specifically Section 7-21, titled Multi-Way Stop Intersections, passed on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance? If not, I will close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Council President Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis, absent, Golubek, absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have Resolution R-408-22, introduced ordinance number 22-31 on second reading, whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend the Borough Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 2, Offices Created, Section 2-23, to be referred to as Borough Physician and Medical Providers, Section 2-24 through 26 shall remain reserved, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, November 10th, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore it be resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend the Borough Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 2, Offices Created, Section 2-23, to be referred to as Borough Physician and Medical Provider, Section 2-24 through 26, shall remain reserved, passed on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance? If not, I'll close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Council President Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis, absent, Golubek, absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have Resolution R-409-22, introduced ordinance number 22-32 on second reading, Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Ordinance 2020 Fixing the Salary, Wage, and Compensation of the Officers, Employees, and Servants of the Borough of Elmwood Park for the year 2023," was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, November 10, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore it be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Ordinance 2020 Fixing the Salary, Wage, and Compensation of the Officers, Employees, and Servants of the Borough of Elmwood Park for the year 2023," passed on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
Second.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance? If not, I will close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Council President Fasolo. On roll call, we have Council Members Ballestieri,
Yes.
Dennis, absent, Golubek, absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have Resolution R-410-22, introduced ordinance number 22-33 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Ordinance 2020 Fixing the Salary, Wage, and Compensation of the Officers, Employees, and Servants of the Borough of Elmwood Park for the year 2023," was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, November 10th, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Ordinance 2020 Fixing the Salary, Wage, and Compensation of the Officers, Employees, and Servants of the Borough of Elmwood Park for the year 2023," passed on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
Second.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance? If not, I'll close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Council President Fasolo. On roll call, we have Members Ballestieri,
Yes.
Dennis, absent, Golubek, absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have Resolution R-411-22, introduced ordinance number 22-34 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Ordinance 2020 Fixing the Salary, Wage, and Compensation of the Officers, Employees, and Servants of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey for the year 2023," more specifically Section 3 entitled Part-Time Employees, adds to amend the Mayor's Secretary position salary section to be increased to a fixed compensation of $6,000 discretionary sum, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, November 10th, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore it be resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Ordinance 2020 Fixing the Salary, Wage, and Compensation of the Officers, Employees, and Servants of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey for the year 2023, more specifically Section 3 entitled Part-Time Employees, as to amend the Mayor's Secretary position salary section to be increased to a fixed compensation of $6,000 discretionary sum, passed on final reading."
Motion to open to the public.
Second.
Anyone from the public care to comment on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I'll close the public portion. Motion to adopt the ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Council President Fasolo. On roll call, we have Council Members Ballestieri,
Yes.
Dennis, absent, Golubek, absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Do you want to take a break before you start this consent agenda?
2 seconds.
It's a long one.
Okay, so on our consent agenda, we have resolutions R-412-22, approval of payroll, R-413-22, approval of bills list, R-414-22, approval of transfers, R-415-22, resolution to refund overpayment, R-416-22, authorized vacation buybacks, R-417-22, appointment of counselors for the 2022-2023 school year, morning care and aftercare recreation department, R-418-22, authorized current estimate number 1, change order number 1, FY 2023 CDBG 15th Avenue improvements, R-419-22, authorize current estimate number 2, change order number 1 and 2, FY 2020 and FY 2021, CDBG 13th, 14th, and 17th Avenue improvements. R-420-22, authorize emergency repairs, Colonelli Brothers Incorporated. R-421-22, approving settlement in the matter of Morgan Properties water claim against the Borough of Elmwood Park. R-422-22, resolution amending Resolution R-279-21, which replaced the prior appointment of special counsel from James Carroll to Michael Bukowski and increased the cap sum for compensation. R-423-22, assignment of special legal counsel to handle defense of Oprah litigation. R-424-22, authorized purchase of equipment, Fire Department. R-425-22, approve Elmwood Park Fire Department stipend program, third quarter compensation. R-426-22, approve the 2022 Fire Department clothing allowance. R-427-22, authorized execution of contract with Worthing County Department of Health Services. R-428-22, authorizing the mayor to execute an interlocal agreement with the Borough of Paramus for borough vehicles. R-429-22, resolution authorizing tax exemption for disabled veteran, 92 Elm Street, AKA Block 407, Lot 15. R-430-22, appointment of police towers. R-431-22, designating bus stops on municipal roads. R-432-22, authorized coin toss events, Defender Company Number 2. R-433-22, appointment of firefighters. R-434-22, approval to submit and execute a grant application. R-435-22, resolution confirming the endorsement and authorization of Elmwood Park CDBG application submission for 14th Avenue, 16th Avenue, and East 53rd Street roadway improvements. R-436-22, endorsing resolution for Bergen County Community Development Block Grant CDBG project. R-437-22, authorized extension of contract Tax Serve Capital Services, New Jersey, LLC. R-438-22, approved closure and transfer of escrow accounts. R-439-22, appointment of Cheryl Ismussen to the position of full-time fire inspector. R-440-22, designating Block 1202, Lot 21, as shown on the tax map of the Borough of Elmwood Park as an area in need of redevelopment non-condemnation under the New Jersey Local Redevelopment and Housing Law, NJSA 48:12A-1 et sec. R-441-22, resolution of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, adopting the recommendation of the Rent Leveling Board with regards to the capital improvement surcharge of East Coast Elmwood Village LLC. R-442-22, resolution to approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion on the consent agenda.
So move.
Any discussion? Nope. Call the roll.
First by Council President Fasolo, second by Councilwoman Pellegrin. On roll call, we have Council Members Ballesteri,
Yes.
Dennis absent, Golombek absent, Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have departmental reports. We have the Board of Health meeting minutes from September 12, 2022 and October 17, 2022. We also have the Library Board meeting minutes from October 17, 2022.
Motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please. All in favor, I'm sorry.
Aye.
I caught myself. Always catches me at the end, huh?
Okay, reports approved. Now we have applications. We have St. Leo's Church raffle license amendment for February 18, 2023. American Legion Bingo for January 3rd, 2023 through December 19, 2023. And American Legion Instant Raffle for January 3rd, 2023 through December 22nd, 2023.
Motion to accept, please.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, applications approved. At this time, Mayor, I will turn the meeting over to you for council reports.
Okay, we'll start off with Councilwoman Ballesteri once again. Yeah.
Okay, my recreation report tomorrow evening.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. It's Oh Snap, Special Needs Ugly Sweater Christmas Party is tomorrow night at 6:30 at the Recreation Center. The Recreation Department applied for the New Jersey Department of Human Services Division of Family Development Child Care Grant States Hiring and Retention Bonus Grant. which if approved, every staff member will receive $1,000. This will be an excellent if it is approved. The travel basketball team is back for the 5th and 6th grade. Their first game was tonight. Progress.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Pellegrini.
Okay, good evening. I have a few things. My police update. On December 2nd, we had our beautiful tree lighting ceremony. Thank you to our Elma Park Police Department, Fire Department, and Recreation Team for a very fun night for our residents. This event gets bigger and better each year, and I thank everyone involved. Today, our police department participated in Shop with a Cop. Because not every child has someone to shop with or the money to do so, New Jersey's community action agencies created the Shop with a Cop program. This program brings together 1,200 middle schoolers from disadvantaged families with local police officers. 10 of our Elmwood Park children in need were brought to Walmart in Garfield, accompanied by our officers, where they went on a Christmas shopping spree. This is the first year Elmwood Park PD participated in this event, and they will be making this an annual tradition. On Sunday, December 18th, Santa and his team will be driving down the streets of our community, giving treats to all of the children. Look for the North Pole Express, time 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. My Board of Health update. On November 16th, free rabies clinic was held. 28 dogs and 2 cats were vaccinated. Their next meeting will be held on Monday, January 9th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Residents Assistance Program update. This week is our annual toy store for those in need. This is all possible through the donations of so many, our businesses, our families, our friends, and all the kind residents in our community. It's truly a beautiful event filled with kindness and love. On behalf of the members of the RAP program, I thank all who donated. You all make a difference in the lives of so many children in our community. God bless you all. Lastly, I'd like to thank our military men and women for all the sacrifices they make for our freedom. Many won't be home with their loved ones this holiday. It's a hard time of year for so many. Let's keep them in our prayers and in our hearts, and may God keep them all safe. As being part of a military family, I can tell you firsthand, it's very hard when your child or your spouse or any family member isn't with the family during the holidays. It's especially hard. So please keep everybody in their prayers that they all come home safe. And also I want to say to our residents, I wish you all a happy and healthy holiday, and may 2023 bring us all peace and joy. We've been working together as a great community and a great team. We've been doing many, many successful things for our community, and I know it's only going to get better and better each year because we work together. So I'm hoping for greater things than we've already established, and we're just going to keep moving on, and it's just been a really great year. So thank you all, and God bless everybody, and I wish peace for everybody.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Great words. Councilwoman Sheridan?
Thank you, Mayor. The homeowners had their Christmas party / dinner. Everybody that attended had a great time. Food was very good. The next meeting is January 25th, 2023, 7 o'clock at the Senior Center. I also have, on behalf, this is for the mayor and the council, on behalf of the VFW, this is from the Rutherford Post. They want to give you a check for $1,000 for the Vietnam Memorial.
Aces. Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're getting there, folks. This is probably brings us up to about 110,000. We're about 27,000 short for the actual statue, and then we have some miscellaneous after that. So we're probably about 45,000 short. So keep those checks coming. It didn't go far, Sandy. Thank the Post, please. And of course, they'll be mentioned on the plaque. And
We're spreading it out to different neighbors.
yeah, it's spreading. Good.
Because that came from Rutherford. So we're spreading
Okay.
it.
Okay. Anything else, Terry?
Just for everybody to have a happy, healthy holiday season.
Very good. All right, I have a few things. Mike, as far as the menorah lighting, what day is that? Do you have the information?
That's what, see what happens when you make them
First,
first?
Okay,
I
no,
go first.
I just wanted to get this
Forgot.
out first.
Go ahead.
Tuesday night, the 20th.
Okay, I just want to make mention of that. And before we go to we're saving the best for last over here. I'd like to make mention that our attorney's been with us all evening. He's also under the weather. You still with us, Sal?
Yes, I am, Mayor.
There you go, there you go. Okay, and now last but not least, Council President.
Thank you, Mayor. Mine is really short. I want to commend everybody who was involved in the tree lighting. It was great. I know next week we have the menorah lighting, first ever menorah lighting in Elmwood Park as well. So I invite everybody to that. And I just want to wish everybody a happy, healthy holiday season and a happy new year. I know 2023 with this council and this mayor, we're going to do big things and keep the progress going. So happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you, Councilman. I'd like to make mention, I had the opportunity this morning to meet with representatives of the RAP program and their endless pursuit of helping people in need. The downstairs is all decorated and it looked like you were in the shopping area of Macy's in New York City. Once again, Lorraine, you're making it bigger and better every year. And that's just great. There's not much more I could say, but damn the torpedoes and full steam ahead.
I just want to say, Mayor, thank you for stopping by this morning. The chief was there also. It means a lot when, I know other council people will probably stop by over the weekend or tomorrow night, but it makes a difference when you see all the hard work everyone does, and you actually, to talk about it is one thing, but when you actually walk in the room and see it, it really has an impact on you. So I thank everybody for taking the time to stop in and see what really goes on.
Lorraine, some of your crew, let's make mention of them.
Terry has been with me, helping me with everything, and we also do free raffles, and she was kind enough to donate 2 sets of china dishware so that when the parents come in to shop, they also may leave with something. Also, Lorraine from the VFW, she also donated coffee pots and other items. Of course, Angela Fava's with us the whole time. Dion York, the RAP coordinator, they're there. We have, Rachel, we have Doris Wetzler helping there. I don't want to forget anybody's name, but we just have a great team. Unfortunately, this year with the flu and COVID, everybody couldn't make it to help. But, they do what they can. Maybe one came shopping, maybe one sitting there greeting the people, but together, it's always a team effort. The chief always has the police team officers available to help us with anything we need. So that's what makes it work, Mayor. One person, 2 people, 3 people can't make it work. It's a team, and that's why I get so happy when you guys come down and stop and say hello and actually see what is done for our residents. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you all.
Very nice. Some of you might have noticed if you're traveling, let's say, south on Mola Boulevard from Market Street to Route 46, there is a tar line on the road. Did anybody notice that? Yes. Okay. It's a little thing, but it's important as far as us following through what we've been charged by the residents of this town as elected officials to make sure that each and every one of their dollars is protected. And what we had there was, I believe the paving was last year, and you have the spreader, the machine that lays the asphalt. It's only so wide. So when you take a road that's maybe 40 foot wide, you got what they call passes. And in them passes, there's seams. And those seams should knit together. And if they don't, what you do is you get separation. And what it does is decrease the shelf life of the road. So we presented that to the contractor. He was amiable about the resolve. And he performed the tarring last week, Mike, was that?
Yes, sir.
Last week. Just a little thing that we're doing to make sure that your dollars are well spent and protected. That's all I have. I do also want to wish everybody a tremendous year, health, happiness, and I think the key here is health, because you can have happiness, you can have financial success, but if you don't have your health, it means nothing. It absolutely means nothing without your health. So I wish that to each and every one of you out there, success in that manner, and have a wonderful, wonderful year of 2023. Okay, with that now, may I have a motion? No, we're going to open this up to the public first. Anyone from the public care to speak on anything they want?
So moved.
Second.
Anyone care to speak? If not, I will close the public portion. Shanae?
At this time, I'm going to ask our borough attorney if there's anything that needs to be discussed in executive, if you have any litigation or legal reports. Sal?
Mr.
Mayor, at this particular time, I have resolved some issues which would have been part of the executive session, which makes it unnecessary for any reports this time.
Okay, thank you.
So what did he say?
No executive.
Thank you, Sal. That was a long no. All right, may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Huh? We did, they didn't, nobody.
Yeah, we addressed it, yes, Michael. You gotta protect me. Yeah, yeah. I watched a lot of Johnny Carson. When he would throw a little joke, he just rolled, and you never know the difference.